Hi, my name is Mateusz and I'm my second year science. So why did I pick science? Well, I suppose I was always interested in nature and the human body, and I always knew I wanted to study science, but I just never knew which type. So I know I want to study medicine, pharmacology, pharmacy, and basically all of the choices, but I just wasn't really sure which one. So I ended up doing the common entry in the science in UCD, and this is where you get to basically taste all of the sciences. So you can do a bit of physics, a bit of maths, a bit of chemistry, a bit of biology, and even a bit of geology. So at the start of second year, you get to pick two or more degrees. So I picked pharmacology, biochemistry, biophysical chemistry, and medicinal chemistry. Then at the start of third year, you can pick your main degree. So that's biochemistry with genetics for me. And this is actually a cool thing about UCD because you can kind of like tailor your degree. So you can do biochemistry with genetics, with microbiology or pharmacology. And it's basically like a little specialization to add to your degree. So there's also a thing called electives. So usually you do 12 subjects in 1 year, and one of these is an elective. So this can be a course from all around UCD. So it can be like French, Spanish, or even things like storytelling, intro to massage even. It's really cool. So in my first year I've done French, and right now I'm doing food, health and science. So it's basically nutrition. And it's actually part of a structured elective. So if you do 3 subjects from a list of electives, it basically shows on your transcript, which is a document saying that you completed college and all your achievements in college. So what I really like about college is that you study only the things you like. So when I was in school, I didn't really like English and all of that. So that's really cool that I don't have to do it anymore. And I really love labs in UCD because they're really interesting. Like you can make aspirin, paracetamol, or other like interesting chemicals. We dissected worms. I know in third year they actually dissect the shark. They go to Costa Rica as well with biology. So a typical day pre-COVID would be starting lectures at 9. Then you usually have like 4 or 5 lectures a day and tutorials to add to that. So a tutorial is basically a group of 15 people and you're basically doing questions. So they post a set of questions a week before the tutorial and you have to provide the answers. And then during the tutorial, we just basically talk about the answers. And then labs are usually from 3 to 6. So you can stay for the 3 hours or you can leave early and you can stay even later. So I've had labs which I finished in an hour, but I've also had labs that I finished after 3 and 30 minutes. So it really depends on the lab. My biggest tip for choosing your degree is basically like don't worry, like it doesn't really matter what type of science you pick because like they're all quite similar and you have loads of time to pick. And basically my friends in second year, like they're still not sure, and I'm even unsure myself. Like last week I thought I'm gonna do biophysical chemistry and now I'm back to biochemistry. And the next step would be just talk to every single person you see. So like if you go to a lecture, just talk to the person beside you because they want to make friends as well and it's just really cool. Like you can meet like 100 people in one day. It's just crazy. And the next thing would be societies. So like there's basically a society for everything. So like food, cinema, the Spanish society, the Harry Potter society even. So they host coffee mornings. So it's usually at like 12 around that time. And they give you coffee, biscuits, and all of that, and you can just chat to people and meet your friends. It's a really great opportunity. That's actually how I met my first friends. And usually they have a ball, so it's actually like a fancy Debs basically. And you get like fancy food, you go to a fancy hotel, you dress up really nicely, and it's like basically the event everyone was waiting for. And I know the Spanish Society has like salsa lessons and Spanish wine and all of that. So it's just really cool. And Food Society provides free food every single week, like pizza or things like that. The Cinema Society, you can go to the cinema once a week, and you get free food and free drinks as well. So there's also sports clubs in UCD. So I'm part of the volleyball club, and I actually have the tracksuit on me. So basically, my best friends and best memories come from volleyball. And I remember we went to interversities, which is basically a competition for all the universities all over Ireland. And we went to Galway for 4 days. So we played matches from like 8 to 1. And then we had time for like any social events, which were actually planned for us. And that was actually great because we met friends from like Trinity College and even Galway. Like it was just really cool. And in UCD we actually have Blitz, so there's kind of two events for that. It's like one just for UCD students and another one for anyone basically from outside of UCD. So they also give you free stuff, which is always cool. So for the tracks that they pay 50% of the price. And then they cover like the 50% of the travel costs and all of that. It's really cool. And college is actually a place full of opportunities. So if I didn't go to UCD, like I wouldn't make it to the national team. So I actually play for the Irish national team for volleyball under 19s. And there's also opportunities to go to Erasmus. So most of my friends are actually going next year. So they're either going for the full year or half of the year. So some of them are going to Paris, Barcelona, and others are going to America. So California, for example. And I know like this is usually in third year, but you can go to Copenhagen in the fourth year of a biology degree. So you go to Copenhagen and basically do your final year project while over there. And basically I've only heard good stuff about Erasmus. And I've actually applied myself, so I might be in Miami next year. So I suppose there's also extra things and supports in UCD. So like there's the peer mentor, the access center, the maths and writing center, and the maths and writing center, like if you have any problems with maths or essays or anything like that, like they're actually really helpful. I've used them a lot. And there's also a peer mentor. So I'm actually a peer mentor myself. It's basically a person to guide you throughout first year. And if you have any questions, you can just ask them. Like there's loads of supports around UCD. So thanks for listening. I hope you enjoyed it and got something from it. And I hope to see you around on campus soon.